Hello everyone. Once again I am back with Pandas Data Frame 2 and today's our topic is descriptive statistics. So this is the same type of statistics which you are studying in economics and mathematics. So let's move ahead and see descriptive statistics. It is a type of statistics, children, which is used to summarize the content, organize the content, and do numerical calculations on it. You can also make graphs, tables, and manipulate the data using this descriptive statistics. It plays very important role in handling the data, in studying the data. Okay, so we have to study mainly about the functions of descriptive statistics. See the broader division. Types of descriptive statistics. We have majorly three types. There are many more, but you have to study these one. First one is aggregation. Second one is measures of central tendency, measures of variation. Children, see, this aggregation part is having all the aggregate methods. And these two parts, measures of central tendency and variation, has statistical methods. So they have the functions according to that. So in this video, we'll study about aggregation, aggregate methods only. Those are min, max, sum, and count. See, this is the data frame which we are going to use. So you have to study this data frame properly. We have 4 columns: subject, book ID, book name, and price. And I have listed the content in the list. Then I pass this data variable into my data frame to create the data frame. Now see, the data frame has 2 axes. This you already know, but it is just a little revision. Axis 0 is the row index. Axis 1 is the column index. 0 is row wise operation. 1 is column wise operation. But in this row wise operation, you have to see the columns. And in column wise operation, you have to see the rows. Okay, children? Now see the first function, dataframe.max. As the name goes, max function is used to find the maximum of the values in the given object. Okay, so it will find the maximum value, but of course we have 2 different axes, so we have to find the maximum accordingly. Okay, we have 4 different parameters in max function, and it goes like this in every function. So you have to consider the parameters also. So first parameter, which is very important, is axis. We have 2 axes, 0 and 1. So we have to take care of the axis when we are going to find the maximum. According to the question, we have to apply the axis. Second one is the numeric only. This parameter is actually used to only fetch the numeric values from the data frame. See, in our data frame, we have 3 string values, no? Subject, book ID, and book name, and 1 numeric value, 1 numeric column. So numeric only will take that column only. Clear? Skip now. Dear, the skip NA parameter is used to exclude all the nan values from the data frame. Okay, and this is actually skipped by numeric only function parameter also. But there is one separate parameter for excluding the nan values. Next is level. You already studied how to create the multi-level index. So if you want to find the maximum level wise, you have to put this level parameter. Clear? Next is the application. In the application part, see this df.max first. df.max, this max function will find the maximum and print a, I have done, then print for the gap, then again the max statement, then access equals to 0. Children, here I want to show, if you write without access parameter and with access parameter, access 0, it means the same, because by default access is equal to 0. So see the answer here. What answer will appear? It will take from the columns, and in the case of string values, it will see their ASCII code of the first character. The ASCII code of the first character I is higher than the other. That's why IP is there. Similarly, if all are with B, 0 and 0, then it will see the last character. Similarly, in the book name, and of course in the price, it will check the numeric values, and numerically it will find the maximum. Both the answers are same, because when you are not writing parameter access equals to 0, so it by default it will take access equals to 0 only. Okay, then we'll move to the access equals to 1. Children, when access equals to 1, then it will see row wise. Okay, row wise it will see. So in that row, numeric value has the highest ASCII code. That's why it is showing like this. And numeric value is preferably higher. And in all the rows, it is showing the numeric value as the highest value. And using numeric only parameter, we have to set it as true. When we set it as true, then it will see only numeric column, that is price. So the answer is 410. I hope it is clear. See, when we are not using numeric only, it will taking out the maximum from all the columns, either from the string, either from the float, either from the integer. But when I inserted numeric only parameter, it will only take numeric column into consideration. Okay. So we'll move ahead and see dataframe.min. As the name goes again, it finds the minimum value and it goes like the maximum only. df.min, it will show the minimum value, and by default it is access equals to 0. Clear? Then we'll move ahead, and I have put get the minimum value of a specific column. I have to find the minimum value of the specific column. Then I have written like this: df price.min 210. Answer is 210. And df book name, then again it will give the value according to the ASCII codes. Clear? Then using skipna parameter will skip all the NaN values. So I have to take another data frame, because in that data frame there is no NaN value. So I have taken this data frame with NaN values, okay, and negative values too. Then to find the minimum, it will show me like this. I have to do skipna equals to true. When I'll put it true, then it will skip all the NaN values and show the actual minimum value. Okay. I hope it is clear. Now see, the next function is dataframe.sum. Of course, it is going to return the sum of the values according to the particular axis. If I request for the axis 0, it will give me the sum of the axis 0 values, and if I give axis equals to 1, then it will give me the sum of axis equals to 1, means according to the rows. These are the 4 parameters: access, skip now, numeric only. You are familiar with this. And the new parameter is min count equals to 0. It means the minimum count is taken 0 into an account. And by default it is 0 only. Now see the data frame. The data frame is this with NaN values and the negative values. Now I have done df1.sum. Then when I write df1.sum, it means it is access equals to 0 and it will show me the sum row wise or column wise. Sorry. See, the column A has a sum of 2. How it is? 7 plus 3, that is 10, and minus 8, answer is 2. Similarly in B part, 4 minus 1, that is 3. Clear? And when I am talking about df1.sum access equals to 1, then what happens? Then it will do row wise equals to true. When I'll put skip now equals to true, it remove all the NaN. So the 0 row had 7 minus 1, answer is 6, minus 8 and NaN value. So the answer is minus 8. NaN and 4, the answer is 4, 3 and NaN, and the answer is 3. After that, I'll put this skip now equals to true. When I'll put skip now equals to true, it remove all the NaN values from the data frame and only take numeric values into consideration. So the first answer is 6 minus 8, 4 and 3. The sum according to the rows. Clear? But see the note here. I have written the note. Sum function skips the missing value by default. It skipped the missing value by default. Okay. So skip now is of no use here. But we have the different parameters skip now here. Next is the data frame of books 1. And if I'll apply this sum on this book data frame, see the df.sum, the answer is sum of all the string values, sum of all the string values, sum of all the string value, and sum of numeric value also. Clear? And if I'll put numeric only equals to true, then it will take only numeric column into consideration and find the sum. Is it clear? Next is count function. Of course, children, it is used to count the number of values present in the particular column, particular row. It will not count the NaN values. Okay? See how? Again, it has 3 parameters: access, numeric and level. You are familiar with this. We'll move ahead and see the examples. df.count. It will show the row-wise data and it is going to show me 444 because all the 4 books are present with all the 4 records. Then I'll put access equals to 1 and by chance the row also have 4 values in it. So answer is 444. So total number of books present is, we can put any of the column name here and we'll get total number of books. This can come in your exam to find the total number of books from the given data frame. So you have to remember this. Clear? Next, move ahead and see more examples with NaN values. Again, my data frame is this. And if I'll put df1.count, then what happened? It will see column wise and it will show me 3. See children, all the NaN values are excluded from the count. Okay. When again I put access equals to 0, it will show me the same content because by default it is access equals to 0. And when I put access equals to 1, then it will show me the count according to the rows. So see, in 0th row there is both the values are present, so the answer is 2. Then the answer is 1, 1 and 1 because 1 is NaN value and 1 is numeric value. Clear? And my very important part after doing all the functions of aggregate method aggregation, we have to do the practice question. So the first one is you have to create the data frame with the given data, and after that you have to do all these 6 questions to display the price of costly item, to get the maximum value of the column item, to get the minimum value, to display the item which is less in stock. And when we are talking about stock, of course you have to see about the quantity. And children, remember, NaN value is exempted. So the thing which is less in stock is 4, Vimba. Clear? To get the total of column price, you have to do the total of column price to get the total number of items. So what you have to do to get the total number of items? Same we did in the video. Total number of books you have to find. Okay, like that only this query is made. So you have to attempt all the 6 queries and evaluate yourself. Thanks. Have a nice day.